Francois Duvalier was a cunning, ruthless dictator.
They would classify him as a psychopath.
He oppressed and brutalized the Haitian people for 14 years. He manipulated the Haitian people by using voodoo to instill fear in them.
I have been elected for president for life. It is the iron will of the Haitian people.
During his regime, he killed around 30,000 people, including anyone that threatened his power.
What you call democracy in your own country, another country can call that a dictatorship.
Francois Duvalier was born on April 14, 1907 in the Caribbean island of Haiti. Haiti is a very proud nation because it was the first freed slave colony. In 1790, the slaves had a revolution and fought against the French colonists, and the slaves ended up winning, and thus Haiti became a free colony. When Duvalier was just 8 years old, Haiti got colonized once again by the Americans. The Americans were profoundly racist and disrespectful towards the Haitians, and this especially affected the educated middle-class citizens, which included Duvalier. This caused Duvalier to have a strong hatred towards the Americans and everything the Americans stood for. In 1934, the Americans finally left Haiti and Haiti was free once again, and that is also around the time that Duvalier completed his studies in medicine and he began to study something else, voodoo.
Voodoo is an essentially animistic religion that originates in West Africa.
People say that Haiti is 70% Catholic, 30% Protestant, but 100% voodoo.
The more Duvalier studies voodoo, the more interested he gets by it. Although he never does become a true believer, he does observe how controlling and dominating voodoo is in the Haitian culture. In 1944, Papa Doc gets a scholarship to go to the University of Michigan. At the University of Michigan, they make him the head of a program that he is running out in Haiti, where he goes and he gives penicillin to people with the Yaws disease. He walks all over the villages and he travels many different places, and that is where he gets his nickname Papa Doc. But a lot of people begin to suspect that he is using more than just medicine. They think that he's using some sort of powers to heal them. Duvalier uses this to his advantage, and in 1946 he begins to climb the political ladder and becomes Minister of Health under President Essémy. But he gets overthrown just 4 years later and President Madoua is in office, and in fear of getting killed by Madoua, Duvalier goes into hiding and begins to study politics, and he begins to plot his way to get into office. During his time in hiding, he reads a quote by Machiavelli that says that it's better to be feared than loved, and that completely changes his aspect and the way he viewed things. Madoua gets overthrown shortly after, and Francois Duvalier goes and announces that he is a candidate for the presidency.
His initial objectives were entirely honorable.
He made it the fight of black versus mulatto. In a country where 90% of the people are black, Papa Doc was a shoe-in.
On September 22nd, 1957, the kindly Dr. Duvalier, who cured so many sick people, wins a landslide victory.
I had no idea that there was two sides to this man. I mean, he really fooled us all.
Francois Duvalier realized that the only way to exercise power in Haiti is to be completely ruthless. He got rid of the top officers in the military and he made up his own military of prison inmates called the Tonton Macoutes, and he gave them weapons and money to do whatever he wanted them to do. People began to get murdered by the Tonton Macoutes if they didn't want to give them their daughters or business. Francois Duvalier realized that he needed money in order to keep the Tonton Macoutes strong. He needed weapons and he needed money to pay them. So he went to the Americans and asked them for money. He blackmailed them and said if they don't give him money, he'll just turn Haiti into a communist country. America agreed. Shortly after, on May 24th, 1959, Francois Duvalier fell into a coma for 9 hours. It is believed that he did suffer some brain damage from that coma. When he awoke, he started acting like a different person. He behaved like a voodoo god. He became extremely paranoid. The Constitution only allowed for one term, but Francois Duvalier started doing more than just one term. In 1961, Francois Duvalier held the election where his name was the only one on the ballot. Obviously, he won by a whopping 1.3 million votes. The elections were just a celebration to honor his regime. John F. Kennedy was not a fan of Francois Duvalier's regime. He planned to go out to Haiti and to stop it, but right before he could do that, he died. On November 22, 1963, President John F. Kennedy got shot, and Francois Duvalier claimed to have put a voodoo spell on John F. Kennedy to get him killed.
He did everything on the 22nd. The 22nd was his lucky day. He got elected on September 22nd. He was inaugurated October 22nd, and he purported to have killed Kennedy on November 22nd, 1963.
After hearing that news, it made the Haitian citizen fear him even more, and that's what he wanted. Now he has complete control over them. He can manipulate them any way that he wants because they are completely terrified of him. He puts fear into their souls. They were even scared to think bad thoughts about him. So, 13 young Haitians based in New York decided to go out into Haiti by themselves in 1964 and to stop him themselves. They called themselves Jean Haiti and they wanted to start a revolution, but sadly they were unsuccessful. Papa Doc had his goons kill them off one by one. The first one to die was Yvon Lerac. Papa Doc took his body and put it in the national airport so that the few tourists that Haiti got at the time could witness this. After 2 months of fighting, the last 2 people to survive were captured, and their execution was set on November 12, 1964. Francois Duvalier had their execution become a national holiday. He even ordered school teachers to bring out the school children to watch. He said that this is what happens to enemies of Haiti. Louis Joran and Marcel Numar's deaths were televised on TV for weeks after.
I remember watching on TV the live execution of Marcel Numa and Gus Lévy-Douin. I mean, here you have 2 guys who are standing, you know, with their hands in their back, and then all of a sudden they shoot at them and then they fall. That has never been able to be erased from my mind. It's like yesterday I was seeing it.
Duvalier realized that most of the rebels came from a city named Jeremy, so he ordered his goons to go out into Jeremy and to kill everyone.
One to enjoy it cold, I mean he preferred it hot.
Families were taking children and wives killed first, with their husbands watching, and then their husbands killed.
President Francois Duvalier continued his evil reign of terror for 14 years to come, until his death in April 21st, 1971. Before he died, he appointed his son, that they nicknamed Baby Doc, for president for life. Baby Doc did not understand the struggles of the typical Haitian person, given that he's been living in luxury in the Haitian palace for years. Francois Duvalier was an evil tyrant that ruled the Haitian people for years. President Duvalier left the Haitian country in shambles after his death. He stole millions of dollars of financial aid from the already poor Haiti, and he used it for his own benefits. He was only in it for the money. He didn't want a better Haiti. He just wanted money. He was known as the only Haitian president to actually understand politics, and he could have done a lot of good things for Haiti, but instead he chose to do the opposite. Francois Papa Doc Duvalier is a name that still brings fear to the Haitian people when they hear it. But although he was an evil tyrant, Some people actually admired him. They wanted him to be president again. They said they liked it better when he was in office. This showed the grip he really had on the Haitian people. They actually believed what he was doing was good.